So it looks like I finally got all the repairs done for my car, at least all the major ones. So I'm ready to go over with you guys the costs for the different things item by item. Keep in mind that I currently have almost 170,000 miles on my car. And during that time, I really haven't had any major stuff go wrong. There was something that happened with my exhaust manifold a few years back that had to do with a flawed part on this car, and that wasn't cheap, but that was probably the most expensive thing that I did. I think it cost around $4,000 to have that fixed. And everything else beyond that has been oil changes and tire rotations. So I have had some problems with this car, but this is the most current stuff that happened when I found out that my tires were not aligned properly, and that I actually wore out a brand new set of tires within 16,000 miles, and it turned out my alignment was really off. I didn't focus on the alignment issue first. So I went to Discount Tire, and they did an assessment on my tires, and they found that on the left front one, it was off by negative 20 degrees. And then on the right tires, everything was off on that one. Negative 1.1, 6.1, and 0.41 were off. So camber, caster, and toe. I don't know what any of those things mean, but everything on the right front tire was a mess. The toe on the left front tire was off and had to be corrected. And then something called steer ahead was off by negative 30 degrees. And then in the rear right tire, the toe was off 0.24 degrees. Everything else was in spec. And it looks like at some point when I was doing DoorDash, I hit a pothole, and that caused everything on the right side of my car to go wonky, and everything was out of alignment. And I never noticed it when I was driving. There's some type of auto stabilizers that the Toyota Prius has, where it was compensating for the misalignment. So even when I kind of let go of the steering wheel when I was driving, there was no drifting to the right or the left, so I had no idea any of this was going on. So they went ahead and corrected what they could, and at the lower part of this document, you can see the current measurements were all corrected except for the right front camber and caster. They're still off by negative 1.2 and 6.1, and they said they couldn't correct that's a part has to be replaced to have that set back to whatever the factory standard angles are, and to make it function right. But I put all this into ChatGPT, and they said that this should resolve my problem with tire wear, but to keep an eye on measuring the depths of the tread of the tires, and as long as the wear appears to still stay even, I should be fine. That this one issue that I still have should not affect the tread wear of the tires. So it's not critical that I repair whatever this says I need to, that is still off. The next receipt is going to be the Discount Tire receipt for getting the new tires and the alignment, so the cost for everything. So for the alignment, it was $89.99 for the alignment. And the tires were $592. That was fun. And then there's like some discounts that I got. The installation of the tires were $100. There was some state required tire fee, a disposal fee. So there was a $4 charge and a $14 charge. Final total came out to $818.66. Was the final total once you include taxes, and they added on the tire alignment thing that they had to do to fix the tire alignment issue. And so I was out the door, $818.66. Then there was the stuff that I did at the car dealership, and that was real fun. I had paid for a green service which includes oil and filter change. They rotate the tires and they do an inspection of everything. So that ran, let's see, that was $60.58 for the oil change, $7.48 for the replaceable element, $1.99 for the gasket. They put new oil in, $39.90. And then there was the labor, and I think that totaled like I think that grand total for that was $109.95 before taxes. So $109.95 before taxes for the green service. But of course, that wasn't all that they found. That was only the beginning. Then they let me know that the hybrid battery fan needed to be cleaned. It was due for cleaning. And that's real critically important for this Toyota Prius, because if that fan gets clogged, the battery overheats, and it will be about $5,000 to replace the batteries if they get damaged from being overheated. So that cleaning cost $169.89 plus labor, $20.06. Obviously, it only took them about an hour to do it, or a half an hour. And that total was $189.95. Then this was the major one that was wrong. They found that the sway bar components, it says sway bar components grease boots have ruptured. And I was not happy about that, but that had to be done. They said they recommend replacing both front sway bar links due to torn boots. So that was for the link assembly. Oh no, for the bar components it was $103.41. Next line item, link assembly front stabilizer, $309.08. And then there was nut and flange, $11.60, for a grand total before taxes of $454.09 for that part. So there were other things that I declined that they said I needed to do, but I did myself. So there was change the engine air filter. I took care of that myself, so I saved myself some money there. There was the hybrid throttle body cleaning, which ChatGPT says that's not necessary and not to do it, so I didn't do it. And then there was the brake fluid exchange, which ChatGPT said I should eventually do because that's important, but I skipped it for this time around. So then we move on to the final cost for all the work they did at the dealership. Labor amount, $363.88. Parts, $390.11. Miscellaneous charges, $51.37. Total charges, $805.36. Then you add the sales tax, $36.97, and I was out the door, $842.33. So if you add all that together, I'm round about $1,600 and something total is what I had to spend to get my car back together to where it is today. So let's get on the road and get back to work. Hey everybody, it's Vegas Ride Along. Today is Wednesday, it's 10:41 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Sprouts and shop for 7 items, 12 units. I'm going to be getting $14.39 for 3.7 miles. I'll be working today until 1:30, and the goal is to hit $40. Take a look at what I'm shopping for. It says the most important item they want. It's a new thing Uber's doing. They have a priority item that is #1 to get. Whole grain oatmeal cereal is their most important item above all others. It's not even showing me what the other 6 items are. Oh wait, here they are. Now that I've tapped on show me the other items. A chocolate bar, some green pea snaps, coconut rolls, hazelnut wafers, rolled wafers, and wafer bites. Pretty simple.
done. Let's get out of here. All right, well, that's all done, and no problems. Let's go drop it.
I lucked out. Everything was in stock. There weren't any problems. We're going to be going 10 minutes, 2.8 miles to a house. It's going to be a meet at the door. Please dial this number at the second gate. The customer wasn't answering the phone to approve me to come into this community, and the guard had to try 3 times to try to get a hold of the customer. The 3rd time was the charm. They got a hold of him. And now I've got about another mile to go before I get to the drop-off. If I couldn't get a hold of the customer, I would have contacted support and told them I can't get access and there's no safe place to leave the delivery. So the order would have been canceled and I would have ended up with all these little goodies to enjoy. I mean, what am I saying? I meant I would have disposed of it. I think that's what they tell you to do. Go ahead and dispose of the delivery.
All right, come on. Let's go, Sprouts. Hello, here you go. Oh, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. No problems with that drop off. Everything worked out just fine in the end. The only problem was I just got stuck at the gate for a little bit, but they finally answered, and I was just glad the lady answered the door right away because I saw her go into the house as I was pulling up, and I thought she might scurry away and then I would just have to leave it at the door. Let's move on to the next one. So far this week, it's been really slow. There hasn't been a whole lot of opportunities. This weekend is going to be Mother's Day, and I am thinking it's going to be very busy on Mother's Day because it's always busy on Mother's Day. It's like a Christmas holiday. Everybody's buying flowers and gifts for their mother. Usually on Mother's Day, it's always shopping for different things for mothers. And on Father's Day, it's always food. Usually that's the big day for me to go to places like Buffalo Wild Wings and places where they have burgers, stuff like that. Typical man food. Next offer is coming from DoorDash. I'm going to go to Target and shop for 2 different customers. It's going to be a total of 4 items. I'm going to be getting $14.50 for 4.6 miles. First place I'm going to go to is to drop off this tiny order in my delivery box. 2 minutes, 0.4 miles away. It's going to be an apartment. It's going to be a leave at the door.
I should have parked around this corner. I thought there was a way to get to the back near where I first parked. Big mistake. Now I'm walking around the longest way possible.
Thank you. Next drop off, 7 minutes, 2.5 miles for the Pampers items. It's gonna be an apartment. It's gonna be a leave at the door. Once I drop off this order, I should only have to do one more to hit the $40 goal. And by the time I drop it off, it'll be probably about 15 to 12. Plenty of time. I don't think this is an apartment. I think it's a business. It says I gotta make a right in half a mile, and there's no apartments coming up in half a mile.
Just 2 minutes. Sorry to bother you.
What you're looking? Oh, over there? You passed it.
Oh, I passed it. Is it on the left or right?
It's in the left. Did you see the shelf there? There she comes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
that's her.
Me.
Awesome. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Just leave it by your door,
Go
or
ahead.
just put it right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
I got turned around when I was inside of the senior living place. I had to ask somebody for help, and then the customer came out of their room, and I just handed them the order and closed it out. Let's move on to the next one. A lot of people in the comments question whether or not it's worth it to do gig work like this. And for my particular situation, it makes a lot of sense, because this car, if I didn't do what I'm doing with this car, it would just sit in the garage and I wouldn't be making any money with it. And so it's almost as if this is just a fun activity for me to do and make some extra money. And since I've had this car, I've earned an average of about $1 for every mile that I've driven on this car, which means since I have started using this car for gig work, I have earned a gross, not a net, but a gross of $170,000. So that makes it worth it, because if it was just sitting in the car and I was running errands, it wouldn't be making me any money. And if you guys are curious what I make on YouTube, here you can see how much I make on YouTube. I don't make hardly anything on YouTube, but it's still a fun activity too. Next one up is coming from Uber Eats. We're gonna go back to Sprouts. I'm gonna be shopping for 4 items, 9 units. I'm gonna be getting paid $13.30 for 3.1 miles. The most important item for this order is Sprouts Organic Fresh Boneless Skinless Chicken Breast with rib meat. They want 2 packages. And the rest of the stuff isn't as important. It's White Mountain Organic Bulgarian Yogurt and Gimme Health Foods Avocado Seaweed Pack, and then some blueberries. Organic, of course. This will finish my day and get me my $40, and I've already hit the stop accepting new requests.
found everything. Let's check out. Today's a little bit of a Groundhog Day. This particular order, I don't think I had any problems except for the seaweed. There was only one of the one they wanted, and they had another kind. They accepted that as a substitute, and I just kind of did a blend. I took one package of the one they wanted and the other one for the substitute to give them a total of 2 different kinds of seaweed. Let's drop it.
I am traveling 7 minutes, 2 miles to a house. It's going to be a meet at the door, and it's going to require a pin. I was hoping I'd finish my day early, but it looks like I'm going to finish right about the time I would normally expect to finish. About 1 o'clock is how it's been happening lately. There was an offer that came in earlier to go to Chili's and then also to shop at Dollar Tree, and it was about $14 it was a reasonable number of miles, but I'm not that familiar with shopping at Dollar Tree. I don't know how hard it is to shop there. I just know from my past experience that when it comes to Dollar Tree, it can take a long time to get out because they usually only have one checker and they're like being paid by the hour. They never seem like they're in a hurry to ring people up. So I just didn't want to get caught in one of those situations where I'm going to be irritated by slow service inside of Dollar Tree. There was this special kind of yogurt that the customer wanted and it wasn't on the shelf. And I asked a employee if they knew where it was, and they said it was possibly out of stock, but she had it on her cart where she was restocking the shelves, and it looks exactly like a jar of Best Foods mayonnaise. Really weird. I've never seen a jar of yogurt look like a jar of mayonnaise. My navigation is acting a little strange. It's not zooming in. Okay, this is where I turn. I'm trying to tell where I'm supposed to turn on the map, but it's so zoomed out.
Hello.
Hi.
There you go.
Thank you.
Do you have the PIN number?
Yeah, it's 3330.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I guess it was an easy end to the day. No problems, which is awesome. And I'm pretty close to home. I'm going to end up with about 16 miles on the car, getting 55 miles to the gallon. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you'd like to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. And I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.